You have been taught to persuade with logic, to appeal to reason, and to believe that men are rational creatures. This is the most dangerous illusion you will ever entertain. It is the lie that keeps you powerless, predictable, and perpetually confused when your flawless arguments crumble against the silent, stubborn wall of his ego. Men are not rational. They are creatures of raw, primal emotion, governed by two ancient and powerful forces, their desires and their fears. To attempt to control a man through logic is like trying to tame a lion with a textbook. To control him, you must stop speaking to his mind. You must learn to speak directly to the beast within. Machiavelli, in his ruthless study of power, understood this better than anyone. He knew that empires are not held together by laws or logic, but by the skillful manipulation of hope and fear. The secrets to controlling any man are not found in what he thinks, but in what he desperately craves and what he secretly dreads. This is not a guide to healthy relationships. It is a grimoire of psychological warfare. The lessons that follow are dangerous because they are effective. They will teach you to bypass his reason, to find the hidden levers in his soul, and to pull them with cold, calculated precision. If you are seeking to be loved, this is not for you. If you are seeking to be in control, then your education begins now. Secret 1. Map his ego, then sell him a vision of himself. Every man carries within him an idealized version of himself. He wants to see himself as powerful, intelligent, respected, a king in his own small kingdom. This vision is his greatest vanity and his most profound weakness. The amateur tries to impress a man by showing off her own strengths. This is a fatal error. It creates competition and resentment. The master strategist does the opposite. She becomes a mirror, reflecting back to him the glorified image he so desperately wants to see. Listen to how he speaks. What qualities does he pride himself on? His intellect? His strength? His ability to command a room? Identify this core vanity. Once you have it, you do not just flatter it. You build a world around it. Frame your suggestions as if they originated from his own brilliant mind. Present your desires as opportunities for him to demonstrate his power. By making yourself the architect of his self-admiration, you become indispensable. He will become addicted to your presence, not because of who you are, but because of who he becomes when he is with you. You are not controlling him. You are making him a willing accomplice in his own subjugation, all while he believes he is the one in charge. Secret 2. Become the source of both his anxiety and his relief. A man in a state of comfort and predictability is a man you cannot control. Control is born from imbalance. You must learn to become the source of his emotional weather, the one who can bring both the storm and the sun. This is the principle of strategic inconsistency. One day you are a source of warmth, approval, and admiration, validating his ego and making him feel secure. The next, you are distant, aloof, subtly disapproving. You do not do this with anger or drama, but with a quiet, unnerving withdrawal of your energy. This creates a state of profound anxiety in his mind. He will scramble to figure out what he did wrong. He will replay every interaction, desperate to regain the warmth you once provided. His entire mental energy will become focused on you. Then, when he is at the peak of his uncertainty, you grant him a small measure of relief, a kind word, a warm smile. The relief he feels will be so profound it will feel like a drug. This cycle of anxiety and relief creates a powerful, addictive bond. He is not in love with you. He is addicted to the emotional roller coaster you command. You are not his partner. You are his addiction. You have now learned to bypass a man's logic by targeting his ego and to create a state of dependency through emotional imbalance. Now we move deeper into the architecture of control. The following secrets are not about creating temporary compliance. They are about constructing a psychological cage so comfortable that your target will never even realize he is a prisoner. Secret 3. Weaponize his insecurities. Every man, no matter how powerful he appears, is a fortress built around a core of deep-seated insecurity. His fear of being weak, of being a failure, of being disrespected. Your task is to become the world's foremost expert on his specific insecurities. Find them not by asking, but by observing. What does he get defensive about? What topics does he avoid? Who does he secretly envy? Once you have mapped these vulnerabilities, you do not attack them directly. That is the clumsy method of the amateur. Instead, You weaponize them subtly. To guide him toward a decision you want, you subtly praise the courage and strength of men who have made similar choices, implicitly framing the alternative as the path of the weak. You become the one person who, seems to understand his hidden battles, offering comfort and validation for his strengths, while simultaneously making him feel that straying from your desired path would mean succumbing to the very weakness he fears most. You are not giving him orders. You are making him run from his own demons, straight into your arms. Secret 4. Make your approval a scarce commodity. The most powerful currency in the world is not money. It is the approval of a high-status individual. The fatal mistake most people make is giving their approval away for free. They are generous with praise, quick to agree, and lavish with attention. This makes their approval common, and therefore worthless. To control a man, your approval must be a rare and precious prize that he must constantly strive to earn. Be discerning in your praise. Let it be specific, infrequent, and tied to an action that served your interests. When he pleases you, he receives a small intoxicating dose of your validation. When he disappoints you, he is met not with anger, but with a cold, silent withdrawal of it. He will learn, like a subject before a queen, that his emotional well-being is tied to his performance in your court. He will begin to tailor his behavior, not to his own principles, but to the actions that he knows will earn him a moment of your validating sunlight. By controlling the supply of approval, you control the behavior that seeks it. You have constructed the cage and conditioned your subject. He is now caught in a web of his own ego, insecurities, and a carefully managed addiction to your approval. The final stage is to secure the lock and render the control effortless and permanent. These last secrets are about creating a reality so complete that he no longer questions his role within it. Secret 5. Isolate him from outside influence. A man with a strong support network is a man with alternative perspectives. He has other voices that can challenge your narrative and offer him clarity. This is a threat to your control. As Machiavelli knew, a ruler must control the flow of information to his subjects. You must subtly and patiently become the primary and eventually the sole interpreter of his reality. This is not done by forbidding him from seeing his friends or family. That is crude and obvious. It is done by subtly poisoning the well. You find the flaws in his friend's advice. You gently point out the ways his family misunderstands him. You position yourself as the only one who truly sees him, the only one who truly has his best interests at heart. Over time, he will begin to distrust other voices and rely solely on yours. When you are the only one he trusts, you are the only one he will obey. You have not built a wall around him. You have convinced him to lock the door from the inside. Secret 6. Let him believe he is the master of his own fate. The most effective prison is the one the prisoner does not know he is in. The most absolute control is the one that feels like freedom. You must never let the man feel he is being controlled. Every action he takes that serves your purpose must be framed as his own heroic choice. This is the art of inception. You do not plant an order, you plant a seed of an idea. You let it grow in his mind until he believes it is his own. You are so brilliant at negotiating, I bet you could get that deal done. A man of your strength wouldn't let them treat him that way, would he? You are not telling him what to do. You are appealing to the idealized man you helped him construct in Secret 1 and letting that man make the decision for you. He will feel powerful, decisive, and in command, all while walking the exact path you laid out for him. As Machiavelli advised, a wise prince should make his subjects feel that they need him, but also that their own efforts contribute to the state's glory. Let him believe he is the king, as long as you are the one who moves the throne. The final state, effortless gravity. When these secrets are fully integrated, you will no longer need to actively pull the strings. Your control will become a form of psychological gravity. He will orbit you, not because he is forced to, but because the reality you have constructed is more compelling than any other. His desire to please you, his fear of losing you, and his belief that his best self exists only in your presence will be the invisible forces that bind him. He is not your prisoner. He is your willing subject, and he will defend his cage believing it to be his castle. This is the final chilling secret of control. It is not about breaking a man's will, but about aligning it so perfectly with your own that he no longer sees the difference.